Hi, and this is my show and tell. I am Cheryl Hermack. Here's the link for my video on theme. As I said, my name is Cheryl Hermack, and I teach 9th grade language arts at Lafayette High School. This lesson that I did was on theme for the students, and I picked it because it was a simple lecture. It had simple notes. It was all informational. I was just basically giving them things that I absolutely had to have them know, and it was easy to assess at the end because it was so content. You had to know these rules and you had to be able to apply these rules. It was pretty straightforward. During the videos, the students were expected to take notes, and that was just flat expectation. Students need to know how to take notes. If this were a lecture, I would have expected the same thing. No certain style, they just had to have their notes. During the video, there are little self-checks where I kind of talk aloud how to think about theme. I asked the students if this was a good theme, is this theme statement written correctly, and I would expect them to have listened to that and have done some of those self-checks along the way, or at least listen to my thinking so they understand how to think through those in the future. At the end of the video, I asked the students to discuss at their table their notes, to share their notes, and I believe I specifically told them that if they didn't have something in their notes and somebody else did, that they needed to discuss why that information might be important to the lesson, and then they should add it to their notes if their discussion came out that it was essential. This was one of the early videos I did. I did it right at the beginning of school because theme is kind of the basic foundation of 9th grade language arts. And so I thought that this would also show them what was important to take notes on, and if they missed things, they could then see how did their friends know to put that in the notes and those types of things. So this was also a kind of hidden agenda about note-taking. After watching the video, obviously, like I just said, I wanted the students to discuss the notes. I wanted them to talk about how they took them and what was important. I also then in class, we practiced on short pieces trying to find themes, trying to find the topics that the pieces covered and then write theme statements. We wrote theme statements all together in class as samples again and talked through again what makes a good theme statement, what doesn't. And as we wrote themes throughout the year, we again went back to these same rules, and talked about the validity or not validity of our theme statements. Assessment strategy. Well, in our PLC at Lafayette for 9th grade language arts, we have a quick 7-question multiple choice assessment that quizzes them over the rules were and what those rules mean. Like one of our rules is that a theme has to be a universal statement. Well, the quiz also tests on do they understand what a universal statement was. And so we had 7 quick multiple choice questions. We do have 2 versions of the test, so if they took the test first, and we said mastery was a 6 out of 7 or 7 out of 7. If they didn't meet that the first time, then I did have them come see me. We reviewed their notes. We made sure that their notes were clear, that they had all the things they needed in their notes. And then we also then discussed where the learning gaps were. What about this did you miss and what did you not understand? And so that's how we quickly assessed this. And like I said, throughout the year we continued. They had to know how to write a theme statement to then be able to write their thesis statement, to be able to write their essays. So this was basically a real essential building block that we needed taught early and we needed them to understand. Hope that makes sense. Thanks so much.